Let's start the session. So yesterday we have started with one problem of game theory in which I have just formulated the table, or we have drawn the table by the given statements, and we have made this payoff matrix. And then I deliberately left this problem so that you all can practice and solve, because I wanted to show when you practice you come across some things which is different from those which we have learned in the previous lectures. So this is the importance which I say in every lecture, that please do practice problems of OR. When you practice the problems, you will get what are the different kind of situation arises when you actually solve the problem. There were 2 to 3 students who practiced and sent me the queries which I wanted that they must ask. So that is the importance of practicing the questions. First, let us start with our regular steps. The first step, as I said, in any problem of game theory is to find or check out for the saddle point. That is the main step or the first necessary step for game theory problem. So for first step I have, so I will follow that first step. So for saddle point, we check out for row minimum. So first row we have -5, then we have -10, and then we have -20. Then we check which of them gives the maximum profit. So maximum is -5. Similarly, then we will go for column wise. Column wise, we find out maximum. So maximum is 5, then 10, and then 20. And out of this, minimum is 5. So as you can see, 5 is less than -5, or I can say both maximin and minimax are not equal. Hence, I will go for mixed strategy. Now, mixed strategy, we have two methods. Till now, we have seen two methods. That is, one is formula method and one is odd-math method. Formula method, we need 2 by 2 matrix. Odd-math method, we can go by 2 by 2 matrix, or we can also go by 3 by 3 matrix. So here there is a case where there is a 3 by 3 matrix, and most of you, the ones which gave me the solution yesterday or asked me the queries, has tried it by odd-math method. So I want to show what is the difference between this part and that odd-math part, and how the answer differs. So going now as per the procedure by dominance criteria. So first, again I repeat, first I check for saddle point. As saddle point was not existing, I switched to the mixed strategies, and for mixed strategy I have to apply rules of dominance so that it can cut down to 2 by 2 matrix. So for dominance, we check whether each row is dominating over other row. If yes, we cancel out the minimum one, and in column we cancel out the maximum one. So if you see in this problem, if you compare this or row wise operation, you will not find any of the dominance. So I will switch to the column wise dominance. So in column wise dominance, I can see that the third column is dominating over the second column, because 20 is greater than 10, -10 is equal, and -20 is equal. So what I will do, I will cancel out the greatest column from here. Then two columns remain. Now I have to cut down the rows. So I will compare the rows for dominance. So again I see that third row is dominating the other rows. So I will cancel out the third row, and I will remain with only these four values: -5, 10, 5, and -10. What we do after this, we make or find out oddments, and oddments are, we have to subtract the highest number with the lowest number. For oddments, we subtract highest number with the lowest number and place the value in the next row. So in first case, it will be 10 minus of -5. So it will be 15, which will be placed on the second row. Similarly, second row, it will be 5 minus of -10. So it will be again 15, and it will be placed in first row. And similarly, I will go for other oddments. And then for writing the answers, I will have oddment divided by total number of oddments. So it will be 15 for player A. It will be 15 divided by 30. Second strategy will also be 15 divided by 30. For player B, it will be 10 divided by 30. And for player B, second strategy will be 20 divided by 30. And for value of the game, it will be, just you can multiply any one of the column with oddments. I will get -5 multiplied by 15 plus 5 multiplied by 15 divided by 30, where I will get value of the game is 0. So this was our regular procedure by which we could have solved this problem and got this as the correct answer.
Sir, 20 and 10 is interchange, na? Like -5, -5. So 10 will be in the second column and 20 will be in the first column.
Yes. There's a mistake there. So answer for Q1 will be 20
More or
by
less
30.
answers would be the same, but the position would be different.
Yes, Q2 will be 20 by 30, 10 by 30, and Q1 will be 20 by 30. Okay, so what I was telling that some of them have solved by augment method because they have seen that there is a 3 by 3 matrix, and we have learned that concept today only. So they tried with the augment method. Now let us see what difference it will make if you solve this problem by augment method of 3 by 3 matrix. So again, I have the matrix here. So for augment method of 3 by 3 matrix, we find out the column values difference and row values difference. We are finding the difference, not the augments. So difference I have found out like this, and then we find the augments. So for augment, what we do, we neglect that row and take the determinant of the remaining row, remaining values. So I have done that also. This you can try at home. I am just displaying the values. So similar procedure I applied for row, and I found out augments like this. Now you can see there is a big cross mark on the right hand side. Why is it so? Now in previous problem you must have seen I told that the total number of augments should always be equal. That means augment in row wise should be equal to augment in column wise. Now in this case you can see if I total of the augments in the row wise, I will get answer as 300, and if I add the column wide augment it will be 400. So once I am getting answer as 300, once I am getting answer as 400. That means the augments are not equal. Hence, now please listen to this rule. The rule of augment says when the row augments is not equal to column augments, the solution is not optimum. It means that player A or player B had not used their strategies to the optimum values. Okay, this is the rule that if column wise value and row wise value comes out to be equal, then we can say that A and B have used their optimum strategies at optimum time. But if it is not equal, they are lacking some strategies, or they are not using their strategies to the full potential which they can be used. This was the concept behind it. For simple understanding, you just remember that if the augments sum is not equal, you can't proceed further for the solution. That is the conclusion from this problem. So now I will again give you the steps or the common things which you need to follow in game theory. First step will be always to check for saddle point in any problem of game theory. Second point will be to reduce if a saddle point does not exist. Second step will be to reduce the matrix by dominance method. This will be always the second step. So again I repeat, first step find out saddle point. Second step, reduce the matrix by dominance method. 2 by 2 matrix after dominance, then you can go for augments for 2 by 2. And if it is again 3 by 3 matrix after dominance, then you can go for augments method. For example, let us say in the question it is given, find the following value of the game by method of dominance, and it is a 3 by 3 matrix. Then you should directly go for 3 by dominance method. Then you can directly go for augment method. Again I repeat my question. Let us say in a question it is given that find the value of this game by method of augments. Directly it is mentioned, and you see that there is a 3 by 3 matrix, then anyhow you have to go by augment method only. You then don't try with dominance and reduce it and then find the answer. That will be a wrong concept. But if it is not mentioned, then you have to first go for saddle point, then for dominance, and then for augment method. So this was the thing which I want to convey to you by taking this problem. Any doubts, please ask. Just to summarize the entire thing in simple terms, whatever we have discussed till now, the conclusion for all this concept was, first, in game theory problem, always check for saddle point. Any problem of game theory, always go for saddle point. If saddle point exists, the answer is directly available. If saddle point does not exist, we go for mixed strategy. We try to reduce the number of rows and number of columns by applying dominance method. It can be either pure dominance or it can be average dominance. And then we go for either formula method or augment method to find the solution. Okay, now if in the question it is a 3 by 3 matrix and nothing is asked, it's directly a question that solve the game, that's it, and it's a 3 by 3 matrix, then don't directly jump on Oddmans method. You have to first check for saddle point, reduce the number of rows and columns to 2 by 2 matrix, and then you can apply Oddman method or formula method. But if in the question it is written solve the following game by method of Oddmans or method of matrices, then directly you can start by Oddman's method. So this was all the summary which we have studied till now. Now any doubts? Now the last part or the last topic is solving the game using graphical method. Okay, so let us say this is the question given to you. Yes, there is a condition for graphical method. It should be the conditions to solve the game by graphical method is it should be either n by 2 matrix or it should be either m by 2 matrix. It simply means it should have either 2 rows or it should have either 2 columns. Anyone will do. Any one of the row or column should be 2 in numbers. Rest can be any number. So in this problem you can see there are 3 number of rows but number of columns are 2. So we can proceed further for the graphical method in this case, and it is also given in the question solve the following game by graphical method, so you have to follow the graphical method only. So for graphical method we have to make a table like this. One more thing, the conceptual thing which we will learn today. I will go back to my previous slides and show you what concept I will apply in this part. Let us consider this question we have already solved, and we have also found the value of game as 8. So what we did here, we found out oddments, but anyone can give me the answer. What do you mean by oddment in general terms? Let us forget about OR. In general, what do you mean by oddment?
A piece of something.
Yes, very good. A piece of something, or you can say how many of that complete part I will get. If you see this example in A1, the oddments are 6. That means that out of total parts, that is 8, 6 parts belong to A1. Or I can in other words say that the probability of A1 will be 6 times out of 8. Hence, we also wrote in the answer as probability is equal to there are 6 amount of time where A1 will appear divided by 6 plus 2, that is 8. So that is nothing but oddments is nothing but the chance of occurrence, which says that P1 will have the probability, or we can say A1 has the probability that it will be using 3 by 4 times the chances of A1, player A. And similarly, the other A2 will be 1 by 4. Again, I repeat, oddments are just the probabilities or the times of the total which can appear or which can be used. So that is nothing but probability, because the general definition of probability is the number of occurrence divided by total number of events. So your occurrence is 6 and total number is 8, so it will be 6 by 8 and answer we are getting as 3 by 4. So the thing which I want to convey here, that we can also find the value of game by probability, which we have not done till now. We have done in simple terms, just multiply first column with the oddments and divided by total number of oddments. This we have already seen. Now there is one more technique by which we can find out value of game. And what is that? We now know that this A1, now we know that this A1 has the probability of 3 by 4. That means this A1 will be occurring 3 by 4 times out of 1. तो जितनी बार वो ऑफर होगा उतनी बार उसको 9 का प्रॉफिट होगा. So I can say that value of the game, please understand this concept, value of the game is 9 multiplied by 3 by 4. Why 9 multiplied by 3 by 4? Because every time he plays this strategy, he will get rupees 9. And the probability that he will play this strategy is 3 by 4. So what I will do, 9 multiplied by 3 by 4. That will be his value of the game only for first column. Then next, plus 5 multiplied by P2. So answer I will get the same. Okay, so this was the concept which I need to explain. Now I will proceed with the our game theory part. So as I now explained, we can also find value of the game by multiplying it with the probabilities. So here I can say that the value of the game will be 3P1 minus 3P2 if I use this as P1 and this as P2. Okay, this player B playing strategy 1, I am naming this as P1 and this I will use as P2. So this is P1, this is P2. Now the concept which we have seen, the value of the game will be 3 times P1 minus 4 times P2. So this is one of the value of the game equation. Similarly, I can write another equation as 2 multiplied by P1 plus 5 multiplied by P2. Again, I repeat, this P1 and P2 are my notations. You can use their Q1, Q2, you can use M1, M2, you can use anything you want. This is just a notation. So again, I repeat, if I want to write the value of the game in equation form, I can write 3 multiplied by P1 minus 4 multiplied by P2. Similarly, 2 multiplied by P1, 5 multiplied by P2. Our third equation will be minus 2 into P1 plus 8 multiplied by 2. So these three equations I have written on the first column of my table. Now what to do? As we need to find out the solution by graphical method, and for graphical method we need at least 2 points to draw a line. So what is that 2 points? So we have to now arbitrarily take any value of P. I am assuming P1 is equal to 1 and P2 equal to 0. Again I repeat, this is my assumption and this is simple assumption which I am making. You can use any of the values here. You can use P1 is equal to 0.8, P2 is equal to 0.2, P1 is equal to 0.5, P2 is equal to 0.5. You can use any of the values which sums to be 1. But for simplicity of calculation, I am using 1 and 0. So I am using, first I am considering that he will not play strategy 2 at all. He will be playing only strategy 1. So with this, if I use this value P1 equal to 1 and P2 equal to 0, in the equations which we have just formed, I will get the answers as like this. We will get answer like this. Now let me explain how this 3 comes. Now see here, let P1 is equal to 1 and P2 is equal to 0. Just substitute P1 and P2 values in this equation. So 3 into 1 will be 3, minus 4 into 0 will be 0. So 3 minus 0, answer will be 3. Similarly, to get this value of minus 4, just substitute P1 is equal to 0 and P2 equal to 1 again in this equation. So I will get 3 multiplied by 0 minus 4 multiplied by 1. So I will get answer as minus 4, and similarly I can calculate all the other values. So please ask if any doubt, else I will proceed for the graphical plotting.
सर P1 P2 है उसको लेट x and y से अज्यूम कर सकते हैं?
Yes, anything. मैं बोला ना, आप कुछ भी यूज कर सकते, Q1 Q2 जो आपको नाम देना है, x y जो यूज करना है करो. Okay, I will again repeat this step. I have explained the concept that we can also write the value of the game by multiplying it by probabilities, that I have already explained. So now I will use that concept here. So let me say that this I am assuming that probability is P1 and this I am assuming as probability P2. Now if I want to write value of the game, what will be my equation? As we have seen earlier, it will be 3 multiplied by P1. The value of the game equation can be written as the value he will get and the chance of occurrence. It is simple. It is a simple technique. आप 10 बार कुछ चीज खरीदो और 10 बार उसको 5 रुपए दे रहे हो, तो इट विल बी 10 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 5. सिंपल, 50. क्या हो गया? कितने का फायदा है और कितनी बार तुम फायदा करवा रहे हो, दैट इज टोटल प्रॉफिट इन सिंपल टर्म्स. अगेन आई रिपीट, वन टाइम प्रॉफिट मल्टीप्लाइड बाय नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स विल बी द टोटल प्रॉफिट. इसमें कुछ डाउट है किसी को? एक बार प्रॉफिट हो रहा है 1 रुपए का, तो 10 बार कितना होगा? एक एक रुपये को 10 बार कर लो, 10 रुपये का टोटल प्रॉफिट होगा. सो सिमिलरली आई एम फाइंडिंग आउट वैल्यू ऑफ गेम. So the probability is P1 and that is occurring 3 times. So it will be 3 times P1 minus of 4 times P2. This will become my first equation. Similarly, second equation क्या हो जाएगा? 2 multiplied by P1 because the value here is 2 and it will be multiplied by probability P1. So 2 multiplied by P1 plus 5 multiplied by P2. So this will be my second equation. And third equation will be minus 2 into P1 plus 8 multiplied by P2. So this will be my equations. And after finding out the equations, for plotting the graph we need at least 2 points. So we solve it by simultaneous equations. जैसे हम लोग पहले भी करते थे. Let us assume something. So here also assumption can be anything, but you can have to remember this, that the total probabilities of an assumption should always be equal to 1. Now you can use any of the combination. You can use 0.1 and 0.9, 0.2, 0.8, 0.3, 0.7, anything you can use. But for simplicity in calculations, I am using this one. First, I am assuming that player A will move with strategy 1 only one. So I have written P1 is equal to 1, P2 equal to 0. My second assumption will be player B is following only strategy P2. Hence, I will write P1 is equal to 0 and P2 equal to 1. Now, to find out the values, just you need to put these values in the equation which we have formed, and I will get this as my values of the game. Any doubts now?
सर ये जो साइन है माइनस एंड प्लस, ये नंबर के जो सामने वही डिपेंड
Yes,
करता है ना
yes,
उसे.
yes. Okay, let us proceed further to the graphical plotting. We have already found that these values 3, minus 4, 2, 5, minus 2 and 8. Plotting of the graph is we have to plot a range between 0 and 1. So let us say this is my 0 line and this is my 1 line. दोनों के बीच में where I will write this is 0 and this is 1. दोनों के जो बीच का distance है will lie between always 0 and 1. This is a fixed criteria because we are starting from 0 at one point and we can go up to 1. देखो ये भी लॉजिक है, फिक्स नहीं बोल सकता मैं, ये भी लॉजिकल कॉन्सेप्ट है. एनी प्रोबेबिलिटी कैन बी 0, इट कैन बी 1, इट कैन बी एनीवेयर बिटवीन 0 एंड 1. इसलिए यहाँ पर रेंज क्या आ रहा है, हम जो ग्राफ प्लॉट कर रहे हैं उसका 0 to 1 का रेंज है. अब नेक्स्ट इज वी नीड टू प्लॉट दिस पॉइंट्स. So for first value you can see the values are 3 and minus 4. So what I will do, I will connect this 3 with minus 4. मैंने एक आर्बिट्रली एक पॉइंट मार्क किया 3, एक आर्बिट्रली पॉइंट मार्क किया minus 4 and I will just join that line 3 and minus 4. Then my next value is 2 and 5. So what I will do, I will connect 2 and I will connect with 5 on the other side. So this is 2 here, 5 there and this is connected. Third value is minus 2 and positive 8. So now what I will do, I will connect minus 2 with positive 8. So minus 2 is here, positive 8 is here. I will connect that equation. Any doubts in plotting? Please ask. Okay, you just have to connect the first value with the second value by means of a line. We have seen that it always follow maxi-min criteria. So in the graph, I have to identify the region which will give me maximum values. In the graph, I will have to find out what is the region which will give me maximum value. If I select this as my region, which my pointer is showing, this will be the lowest region. हमको lowest में interest ही नहीं है. We have the interest what is the highest region in which I can get the profit. So this will be my region of interest. This one, जो सबसे हर लाइन के ऊपर है. तो ये जो है ये मेरा रीजन हो जाएगा. सो आई विल हाईलाइट दिस रीजन. ठीक है, अब रीजन भी हाईलाइट हो गया. दैट मीन्स आई हैव फाउंड आउट द मैक्सिमम रीजन. देखो हम लोग सेम कॉन्सेप्ट यूज कर रहे हैं. वहां पर भी हम लोग क्या कर रहे थे, वी फाइंड द कॉलम मैक्सिमम. पहले कॉलम मैक्सिमम फाइंड किए, उसके बाद क्या करते थे, उस मैक्सिमम में कौन सा मिनिमम होगा. बराबर, वी फाइंड आउट मैक्सिमम और मैक्सिमम में से कौन सा मिनिमम होगा, दैट वी यूज टू सी. यहाँ पर भी वही है. देखो सब पूरा रीजन मिल गया. अब रीजन में सबसे मिनिमम पॉइंट कौन सी है, तो सबसे मिनिमम वाली पॉइंट है ये वाली. एक्चुअली देयर आर 4 पॉइंट्स. One point is this one, this 3, where my pointer is now. other point is this at this intersection, third point is this at this intersection, and fourth point is this. Now out of this maximum, what is my minimum, which we also do for saddle point. हम पहले मैक्सिमम फाइंड करते हैं, उसके बाद वो मैक्सिमम में से मिनिमम क्या है वो हम देखते हैं. तो यहाँ पर भी मुझे वही करना है, मैक्सिमम में से मिनिमम कौन सा है, दिस पॉइंट इज द मिनिमम पॉइंट. हेंस आई विल से दैट दिस इज माय पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट. अब क्या होगा, अब अगर आप डायरेक्टली ग्राफ पे बना रहे हो, अगर आप डायरेक्टली ग्राफ पे बना रहे हो, सो व्हाट यू विल डू, यू विल ड्रॉ वन परपेंडिकुलर लाइन हियर एंड वन परपेंडिकुलर लाइन हियर. यहाँ पर अगर सपोज वैल्यू आ रही है 2.1, यहाँ पर वैल्यू आ रही है लेट अस से एनीथिंग 0.2, दैट विल बी योर फाइनल आंसर. ठीक है, बट अभी तो हमारे पास हमने सब आर्बिट्रेली बनाया है, तो हमारे पास ग्राफ तो है नहीं. तो अब क्या करना है, सो व्हाट यू हैव टू सी, this point is on intersection of which two lines. देखो मैंने मार्किंग भी कर दिया, it is at intersection of first line and second line, A1 and A2 जो हमने प्लॉट किए थे, A1 and A2. So it is intersection of A1 and A2. Hence what I will do, I will cancel out this strategy. क्यों कैंसिल कर दिया, because that point which I got is on intersection of first and second line. Hence I will cancel out this third line. Now our simple regular procedure will follow, that I have reduced it to 2 by 2 matrix. Now I can find out oddments and then the final answer. ठीक है, ये हमको करने की जरूरत कब नहीं पड़ती है, जो पूरा वाला आगे का पार्ट मैंने किया oddments वाला, when we plot directly onto the graph paper, where I can directly write that यहाँ से मैं perpendicular drop किया, suppose यहाँ पर आंसर मुझे मिलता है 0.2. So I will write answer for P1 is 0.2, P2 will be 0.8, and value of the game I will draw from here, that will be 2.2 or 2.2 something like as it is. So you can see after calculation also I have got answer as 23 divided by 10, which gives me 2.3, and here arbitrarily also I got answer as approximately 2.3. So if you plot directly on graph, you will get direct answer, otherwise you have to follow this method. Any doubts now?
सर ग्राफ पेपर जो हम लोग करते तो ये इसकी जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी करने की?
नहीं.
एग्जाम
में अगर आप लोग को ग्राफ पेपर अलॉट होता है, अगर डायरेक्ट अलॉट होगा तो तुम डायरेक्ट आंसर लिख सकते हो, नो नीड टू फाइंड आउट द ऑगमेंट मेथड.
सर सपोज आपने बोले 2 एंड मतलब 2 कॉलम है और 10 रोज रहेंगे तो भी कर सकते. तो सर उस तरह से 10 लाइन भी बनेंगे, तो जो अपना ये पॉइंट इंटरसेक्शन मिलेगा उसी पे डिपेंड करता है ना?
यस.
फिर वहीं से 2 फाइंड करना, बाकी सब कट जाएंगे.
यस, ऑप्टिमम विल बी दोस फ्रॉम व्हिच दैट पॉइंट. यस,
हाँ वो
इंटरसेक्शन करेगा वही वो लाइन को आपको कंसीडर करना है, बाकी सबको कट कर देना.
ओके सर. हाँ सर, थैंक यू.
अच्छा, एक बात और अच्छे से याद आ गई जो तुमने क्वेश्चन पूछे. लेट अस से एक केस ऐसा आ रहा है, सपोज यहाँ पर तो हमको मिल गया कि 2 ही लाइन पे वो पॉइंट है, लेकिन सपोज ऐसे करो कि 3 लाइन पास हो रही है, उसी पॉइंट से 3 लाइन पास हो रही है. अब क्या करना है, देन यू हैव टू चेक आउट ऑफ दैट 3 which 2 are having opposite slopes. अब इसका मतलब क्या होता है, एक लाइन ऊपर जाती भी रहना चाहिए, एक लाइन नीचे जाती भी रहना चाहिए. तो वो 3 में से कौन सी वो 2 लाइन है, कौन सी 2 लाइन सिलेक्ट करोगे, एक लाइन जो ऊपर की तरफ जा रही है और एक लाइन जो नीचे की तरफ आ रही है. सो यू हैव टू चूज दैट कॉम्बिनेशन आउट ऑफ दैट 3.
सर यहाँ पे आप बता सकते हैं जरा ग्राफ ऐसा मतलब ड्रॉ करके?
यहाँ पे जो हमने कैंसिल किए थे इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट मिलने के बाद.
इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट मिलने के बाद, ठीक है. इंटरसेक्शन देखो कहाँ पर मिला है हमको, इंटरसेक्शन वाज ऑन फर्स्ट लाइन एंड सेकंड लाइन इक्वेशन. इसलिए मैंने क्या किया, फर्स्ट और सेकंड को रखा, थर्ड को कट कर दिया. अब मेरे पास 4 ही वैल्यू बची, 3, -4, 2 और 5. अब ये आपके ऊपर है, आप इसको ऑडमेंट मेथड सॉल्व करो या आप उसको फॉर्मूला मेथड सॉल्व करो, कैसे भी करके फाइनल आंसर आपको लिखना है. हाँ, तो मैं बता रहा था ये वाला पार्ट. लेट अस से मैं वापस से अपना पेन लेता हूँ. लेट अस से कुछ ऐसे आ गया, लेट अस से लाइक दिस. जो मैं बता रहा था, किसी ने क्वेश्चन पूछा, लेट अस से ऐसे हो गया. इस केस में नहीं है, बट सपोज ऐसे हो गया कि 3 लाइन्स है जहाँ पर वो इंटरसेक्ट कर रहा है. तो 3 लाइन में आपको क्या देखना है, यू हैव टू फॉर्म अ पेयर ऑफ एनी 2 लाइन्स विच हैव अपोजिट स्लोप. तो अपोजिट स्लोप पे कौन सी, देखो ये लाइन जो है सेकंड वाली, वो क्या हो रही है, ऊपर की तरफ जा रही है. इट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम हियर एंड गोइंग अपवर्ड्स. ये लाइन भी अपवर्ड जा रही है. तो ये दो का कॉम्बिनेशन आप नहीं ले सकते while solving the graphical method. 2 points should be always on the opposite slopes. तो देखो अब मैं ये वाली लाइन का, ये लाइन ऊपर की तरफ जा रही है, ये लाइन नीचे की तरफ जा रही है, इन दोनों का कॉम्बिनेशन आई कैन यूज एंड फाइंड द आंसर. यू विल गेट द सेम आंसर. सिमिलरली आई कैन यूज दिस एंड दिस. तो एक लाइन ऊपर जाती हुई, एक लाइन नीचे जाती हुई, यू कैन यूज एनी ऑफ द कॉम्बिनेशन, यू गेट द सेम आंसर. बट दोनों ऊपर जाती हुई या दोनों नीचे आती हुई, दोनों का स्लोप पॉजिटिव या दोनों का स्लोप नेगेटिव, दिस केस विल नॉट वर्क. The line should have one positive slope and one negative slope. So finally I have written the answer, strategy for A, B and value of the given.